Hello, and today we're going to take a look at creating new forms, or more importantly, a form from a form. Up till now, we've kind of used just one form, and we use buttons to kind of access methods, functions, classes. Now we're going to have access a new form. And so let's look at the programming language first, and then we're going to go and create one. So this might look familiar to you. This is how we talked about classes, but now we're going to get to press the don't press button. So in other words, when I press this button, it creates another form with just another exit button on there. And sometimes this is called modal, whereas you can see if I try to click on anything other than this form, it won't let me do it. The same works for a message box because that's essentially just another form. When you're doing this modal, that means you have to finish one before you can start messing with the other, which is generally a good idea, and it's a good thing that it's the default. And that's all I'm going to show you today. I won't screw you up too much. So let's go ahead and do one. So if I go into here, you will notice that it's only two lines. We have a Bob, Paul, and I'm sorry, I like to mess with my students, so this was actually an example I used for them. So I have a generic class form called Bob. So remember over here we have form 1. Well, now we're creating another form called Bob that we can call Bob. But its particular instance name is going to be Paul. And then we're going to do a new Bob, just like we did a new class or like we did a new random, right? We're just going to pop a totally new one. And then this is how we actually show it. We use the show dialog box, meaning, okay, go ahead and bring Paul up. So it's not good enough just to create it. We also have to show it. Before we can do this, we actually have to create a new form. If I go into Bob, this is it. That's my new form. It's nice and created. How do we do it? Well, just like you did with the classes, you're just going to go to Project, Add Windows Form. And you can just do a basic Windows form. And it's done. And it shows up nice here. In this case, I just put an exit button on here, and it works. Once you have that, everything is already linked for you. So in other words, once you have something called Form 1, Form 2, or Bob, you can go ahead and bring it in. For example, I wouldn't have to do Bob, right? I could do Form 2. Form 2. And now when I hit Start, and I hit the don't press button, I get the blank form. So it all depends on what you call. The show dialog is just going to show what's been instanced. And then you can just go from there. You can, believe it or not, open another form within that form, and then open another form within that form. This is great for projects where you have a save or a load, or possibly you're creating a game and you're going into another room, or you're bringing up an inventory list or something like that. All this stuff is kind of candy that you can play with. But that's it. That's very simple and straightforward. Go ahead and use it and see if you like it.